On March 29th, an extraordinary astronomical event will be marked, a partial solar eclipse. However, contrary to the common view that this is merely a fleeting shadow or a simple moment of the sun being distorted, this eclipse harbors a powerful and unstable energy shift regarded as one of the most significant spiritual upheavals of the year. Most people live in a state of unconsciousness, unaware that an invisible change is seeping into every aspect of life from emotions to perception on the surface. A partial solar eclipse may appear to have little significant impact, but on a spiritual level, it unleashes a strange wave of energy that defies conventional laws. While previous solar eclipses typically produced predictable disturbances, this time its energy is characterized as abnormal, sudden, erratic, and easily overwhelming for those unprepared. In particular, individuals who are sensitive to cosmic energy or are on a journey of spiritual awakening will feel this turbulence most acutely. A clear manifestation of this is emotional instability. One moment you might feel at peace, and the next you are flooded with inexplicable anxiety. This is not a random occurrence, but rather a sign that the soul is reacting to the energy shift emanating from the cosmos. In fact, this eclipse has already begun to influence events even before it fully unfolds, causing many to fall into a state of distorted perception. Time seems to stretch or contract. Sensations of déjà vu occur repeatedly, and social interactions take on an unusually burdensome character. This indicates that the solar eclipse is not merely a physical phenomenon, it is triggering an inner update process, compelling individuals to confront the hidden aspects of their subconscious. Without this awareness, many may be swept into a chaotic whirlwind without understanding why. Therefore, it is absolutely essential to prepare mentally and to listen closely to your body and emotions during this period. The Eclipse Distortion Effect is gradually revealing its strange impacts on human consciousness. In the days leading up to the event, time seems to lose its linearity. Some moments pass as slowly as hours, while several hours vanish in the blink of an eye. The phenomenon of déjà vu appears in abundance, making everyday conversations and events feel as though they have been pre-framed since a past life. This is not merely a hallucination, but evidence that the eclipse is bending the veil of reality, thrusting people into a dreamlike state between wakefulness and unconsciousness. More notably, many people are beginning to unconsciously withdraw from relationships, even with those closest to them. They let calls go unanswered, messages pile up, or feel completely drained after just a few minutes of social interaction. This does not stem from apathy or depression, but is the soul's self-defense mechanism, a form of spiritual quarantine. As cosmic energy surges, the deepest parts of the self demand a quiet space to restructure and upgrade the dark or suppressed elements. This process unfolds like a survival instinct, isolation to heal, separation to transform. After the peak of the eclipse, a state of spiritual hangover will emerge. Many will feel empty, disconnected from the outside world, or drift into a suspended state as if living in a fog. This silence is not a sign of stagnation, but rather a phase during which one's personal energy system rebalances after the shock of the shift. Trying to force oneself to be highly active during this period will backfire, much like running a marathon immediately after surgery. Instead, accepting rest, observing one's inner self, and letting go of control allows the soul to fully absorb the regenerative energy from the cosmos. This is precisely the cosmic pause needed to prepare for the monumental changes that are about to unfold. This eclipse not only changes the sky, but also forces you into a dialogue with yourself, awakening those parts of your shadow self. These are not old wounds or habits, but unconscious fragments that have long controlled your actions and thoughts. Without your awareness, sudden defensive reactions, fleeting feelings of envy, or the tendency to self-sabotage good things simply because they seem too unfamiliar. When the eclipse exposes them, you might be startled, asking, "Why am I acting this way?" Yet this is precisely the unacknowledged version of yourself. This confrontation is not meant as punishment, but to help you harmonize all aspects of who you are, unleashing the suppressed power from primal instincts to the passion extinguished by prejudice. At the same time, The nonlinear phenomenon of time becomes even more evident. You glance at your clock only to find 2 hours missing. Or you relive memories that never existed. The space around you sometimes flickers like a thin veil, revealing other versions of reality where you made opposite choices. This is the moment when the boundaries between past, present, and future blur, allowing you to jump between time. Streams. Every repeated moment, every feeling of déjà vu is an opportunity to rewrite your destiny, to choose a new path from an old turning point. Your sixth sense also awakens powerfully. You may suddenly anticipate events with uncanny accuracy, hear others' emotions through energy, or distinctly sense the presence of souls and invisible memories in the space around you. This is not a new ability, but an ancient memory being reawakened, the inherent capacity of humanity that was long concealed by logic and doubt. Simultaneously, emotional turmoil rages like a storm, tears flow without reason, and invisible fear from a distant past emerges, or a sudden surge of joy reminiscent of past life memories arises. This is the process of karmic clearing, accumulated energy from many lifetimes, being pushed to the surface of your consciousness to be released. This buildup overwhelms the mind, leading to a temporary state of emotional numbness. When the eclipse reaches its peak, the door of the universe will open in an instant. A phone call, an offer, or a seemingly trivial decision will appear. This is the turning point of destiny arranged by the cosmos. Will you be alert enough to recognize and seize it, or let it pass by like every other ordinary moment? The answer depends on how boldly you are willing to face yourself in these days. When the eclipse reaches its peak, it becomes a cosmic mirror reflecting the parts of yourself you often avoid. This is not merely a confrontation with fear or negative habits, but a collision with the automatic mechanisms that have long shaped your life. Overreactions, limiting beliefs, or self-sabotage hidden beneath a safe facade. You may find yourself repeating old patterns, engaging in meaningless arguments, dodging opportunities, or closing off your heart as if controlled by an automatic version of yourself. This awakening is disorienting, yet it also releases your hidden power, buried creativity, caged courage, or a potent intuition overshadowed by logic. At the same time, time itself becomes strangely unstable. You may witness scenes that have never occurred yet feel familiar, or step into spaces carrying the lingering taste of past life memories. This is when the layers of reality intersect, revealing choices you once overlooked or the person you might become. Every moment turns into a crossroads. Continue on your old path or boldly veer into a new direction. Your sixth sense erupts like a silent explosion. You suddenly comprehend the language of the wind, perceive a stranger's pain through their eyes, or hear soft whispers from the cosmos. This marks a return to the original state of awareness, the innate ability to communicate with invisible energy that modern society has long stifled. Simultaneously, an emotional storm reaches its climax. Tears, laughter, panic, and quietude collide incessantly. It feels as if you are thrust into a journey of unraveling karmic imprints. Distant past wounds come vividly to life, compelling you to confront them head-on for resolution. This process creates cracks in your mind, yet it is through these fissures that new light can begin to seep in. In the moment of total eclipse, the quantum door swings open. A message, an unexpected offer, or even a seemingly trivial dream may emerge as a decisive turning point of destiny. The universe is offering you a chance to rewrite your future, but only those who dare to confront the darkness within will be alert enough to seize it. Will you grasp it as a liberating talisman, or let it drift away like grains of sand in the desert of time? The answer depends on whether you are willing to live authentically with every part of yourself, both light and darkness alike. This eclipse is not merely an astronomical phenomenon. It becomes a cosmic trigger, forcing you to confront the deepest fragments of your psyche. As darkness envelops the sun, it also strips away the protective veil of reason, exposing the hidden script that governs your life, the habit of avoiding emotions, the belief that you are unworthy, or the obsession with living up to others' expectations. You may be startled to realize that you are playing the role of a spiritual automaton, repeating reactions, words, even mistakes identical to your past, as if trapped in a loop of destiny. This truth is shocking, yet it also opens the door to unleashing your original potential, the version of yourself long locked away by fear or past hurt. During the eclipse day, time transforms into a liquid state. The past and present blend together, while the future shimmers like thousands of fragments of broken mirrors. You might experience memory leakage, reliving moments from a previous life, hearing the voice of an alternate self in a parallel universe, or catching glimpses of reflections from choices you never dared to make. Every second becomes a quantum jump point, an invitation to change your life's trajectory with a single bold decision. Your sixth sense erupts uncontrollably. You see halos around strangers, feel the energy of a place through your skin, or hear messages carried in your dreams. This is a return to a primordial state, an ability to connect with the universe that our ancestors once possessed before modern logic suppressed it. Simultaneously, emotions erupt like a volcano, the accumulated pain of many lifetime surges. Fourth, inexplicable bursts of joy overflow, or sudden anger flares from wounds thought to be healed. This is the spiritual labor pain, the process of releasing karmic energy in order to be reborn into a higher version of yourself. When the eclipse reaches its peak, a golden moment appears, a fated phone call, an unexpected letter, or even a peculiar dream will serve as the key to unlocking a new future. The universe is testing your courage. Do you have the bravery to break free from a safe cycle and embrace the unknown? Or will you continue to be a prisoner of your own making? The answer lies in whether you dare to believe that darkness, ultimately, is merely a means for light to find its way. As the eclipse enters its final phase, it becomes a cosmic bridge that activates the awakening of your sixth sense. Suddenly, you begin to intuit events before they occur. A phone call from someone you haven't heard from in ages, an accident narrowly avoided thanks to your premonition, or a sense of restlessness before undisclosed news breaks. This isn't a miracle, but rather ancient memories being reawakened, the innate ability to communicate with the cosmic energy field that humanity lost over thousands of years of evolution. You may distinctly feel the sorrow of strangers through their eyes, hear whispers from the void, or see the aura around living beings like a gossamer mist. At the same time, an emotional whirlwind reaches its climax. Tears flow without reason. Anger erupts from past life memories, or an inexplicable joy bursts forth as if you were freed from a 1,000-year burden. This is the process of multidimensional karmic clearing, the accumulated residues from many lifetimes being pushed to the surface of your consciousness, compelling you to face and resolve them. This overwhelming surge overloads the mind, leading to a state of temporary paralysis, at which point relinquishing control and embracing the new flow of emotions enables you to overcome it. At the moment the eclipse peaks, the quantum door swings open in an instant. An unexpected offer, a serendipitous encounter, or even a fleeting dream will become the decisive turning point of destiny. The universe is handing you the key to escape the cycle of life, but only those who dare to act on their intuition will recognize it. Do you have the courage to step through that threshold, or will you let it close like hundreds of missed opportunities? Ultimately, the eclipse not only alters the trajectory of celestial bodies, it challenges you to change your spiritual orbit. What emerges in this phase is not random, but a message encoded from the universe. Your choices today will shape eternity. Will you dare to trust the guidance of your inner self, or continue to deny the power that has always resided within you? When the eclipse reaches its climax, it becomes a cosmic mirror reflecting the deepest, most hidden corners of your soul. This is not merely a dialogue with fear, but also a collision with your shadow self, that part which self-destructs, harbors self-doubt, or adheres to the worn-out patterns of life deeply ingrained in your subconscious. You may be startled to realize you are caught in a repetitive cycle, choosing safety over passion, remaining silent in the face of injustice, or playing the victim in your own life. This truth hits like an electric shock, yet it also ignites your primal power, the courage, keen intuition, and burning desire for an authentic life long buried beneath the facade of responsible adulthood. In this moment, time itself becomes nonlinear. You find yourself living simultaneously as multiple versions of who you are, the dreamy 20-year-old, the one who once collapsed at 30, and a future self waiting to be born. Choices you never dared to make, unspoken declarations of love, and pains you had never acknowledged all come to life as vividly as scenes in a slow-motion film. This is a quantum opportunity to mend the past and reshape the present by altering your perspective. Your sixth sense bursts forth with intense clarity. You hear the universe's whispers in the rustling of leaves, feel the charged energy of a meeting room even before you enter, or catch fleeting glimpses of the future in your dreams. This is not a mere portent, but the language of the soul, that instinctive voice which modern humanity has long since lost. Simultaneously, emotions surge like a relentless tide, the anguish of past lives, the tears of your ancestors, or the unexpected joy of an alternate version of yourself in a parallel universe. This is the spiritual labor pain, a process in which accumulated karmic energy from countless generations is forced to the surface for you to confront and transmute, paving the way for your rebirth. As the darkness of the eclipse envelops everything, a fateful moment emerges, a life-changing phone call, a long-forgotten letter, or a chance encounter with a stranger bearing a cosmic message. Will you dare to grasp it as an escape from the cycle, or will you continue to hide within your safe cocoon? The answer lies in whether you have the courage to believe in the unseen, in that light which only emerges when you dare to step into the darkness. As the eclipse enters its final phase, it becomes a spiritual earthquake that shatters all mental defenses, forcing you to confront the original truth of yourself. This is not merely a battle against fear, but a challenge to break free from the life patterns that have imprisoned you for decades, the habit of denying your inner voice, the tendency to sacrifice your dreams in exchange for acceptance, or the obsession with staying safe at all costs. You may be astonished to realize that you have been playing the role of a voluntary prisoner, repeating old ways of thinking, reacting mechanically, and limiting your own happiness. This truth slices through your facade like a knife, yet it also unleashes your primal power, the creativity, compassion, and boldness that have been strangled by misguided beliefs. In that moment, time transforms into a multidimensional network. You witness hundreds of versions of your life. The one that rejected opportunities, the one daring to leap into the unknown, and the one filled with regrets in old age. Every choice appears vividly, like a call to quantum error correction. To change the present by adjusting your perspective on the past, your sixth sense explodes into a storm. You hear the voice of the universe. In the tinkling of wind chimes, feel the pain of a stranger through a handshake, or see the energy network that connects all things. This is a return to the original awareness, the ability to read the invisible world that our ancestors once possessed. At the same time, emotions surge like a torrent, the cries of your past life self, the unresolved indignation of your ancestors, or the exuberant joy of a soul awaiting rebirth. This is the multidimensional labor pain, the process of releasing karmic energy accumulated through many lifetimes, forcing you to understand that every wound carries a healing message. As the darkness of the eclipse envelops everything, a golden moment flashes into view, a faded phone call, a long-forgotten letter, or a chance encounter with someone who holds the key to decoding your life. The universe is offering you a chance to escape the matrix of your mind, but only those who dare to believe in the unseen will be able to grasp it. Will you choose to become a time-traveling wanderer rewriting your destiny, or will you continue to stand outside the vortex of your own existence? The answer lies in whether you have the courage to cast off the safe anchor and embrace the magic hidden behind the darkness. The final stage of the eclipse becomes a golden opportunity to awaken multidimensional memories, a realm where you reconnect with your past, present, and future selves. Your sixth sense explodes. You hear echoes from the universe through dreams, feel the energy of strangers like heat waves, or see the threads of destiny linking every decision. This is not magic, But the language of the soul long concealed by modern logic, the emotional vortex reaches its peak, past life pain unknown. Joy and primordial fear swirl together like a storm. This is the process of decoding multi-life karma, accumulated energy, that must surface to be resolved. When the eclipse ends, the quantum door swings open, a message, a surprising encounter, or a fleeting dream becomes the key to changing your fate. The universe sends a message. Your choice today will rewrite every future life. Will you dare to step through that threshold or remain forever hidden in your old shell?